All right, let's see now. Okay, well, it's unstable. Now it's unstable. See, um, really good. All right, so how's everybody doing tonight? So let's see. So yeah, you were here, and I responded by saying yes, you are. And then Woody, someone's been smoking in the boys' room. Yeah. Yeah. So basically, um, so I'm gonna try. Decided to try to stream in my room here tonight. See how things go because, for the most part, like the connection is seemingly working again. Um, well, Woody, I think you got kicked out of the attic already. No, not really. I mean, I never wanted to go. I never really wanted to go up there in the first. I wanted to stay in my room, obviously, to stream. Also, granted, my sister did have some concerns about me streaming from the attic. There were some things that I think she didn't want people to see, but um, but I figured out I would, what I figured, you know, for the most part, my connection's been doing very well today. So I think I would give it a try again, see what happens. It looks like, at least from what I'm seeing here, it's like kind of like before what would happen, like the icon will still like pop up now and again, but it won't stay too long. Now I'm looking at the YouTube screen. It looks like everything's okay. Um, Hopefully I don't sound too choppy or anything. And as always, guys, of course, I do appreciate any and all likes and shares. That does help with the algorithm. Um, um, I can already hear the telltale boom boom on the voice track. uh, the Max Headroom effect. All right. So, anyways, let's see. All right. So, alrighty then. So at least it looks. And I'm sure you guys will tell me if there does come an issue, but at least from everything I'm seeing thus far, it looks like everything seems to be okay. Let's see. Yeah. So, anyway, so how'd your day go today, guys? I know from what I understand, Woody and Toy, I believe, are in here. So, did you guys do anything exciting today? And I know 80's over on Tug Stream right now. I saw over there. And as always, of course, I do appreciate any and all likes, shares. That does help with the algorithm. So again, how are you guys doing tonight? Let's see. Don't get around much anymore. Uh, Yeah, I'm just trying to make conversation here for a few minutes, Woody, while we wait to see if people come in. I know Batgoat will likely be late because he's probably disc golfing. Leto's probably still prepping to go to work. I know ATC was here earlier. Toys was here earlier. He might be lurking about. Uh, so let's see. Hmm. Let's see now. Okay. All right, so let's see. We're at 6:45 now. There. Okay, so we have a couple more. Let's see. Oh, there is a new way to put some kind of lip sync together with that animation program I play with. Um, I got that sort of worked out today. Well, that's cool. That's cool. Good, you're doing some projects there. Hello, hello, toys. Hmm. Oh yeah. That's a freeware program called Rhubarb. Also, the name of a great pie. Yeah, I've heard of rhubarb pie, but it does look pretty good a lot of times. Now we have 4 people in here. Yay, 4 people. And as always, guys, of course, I do appreciate any and all likes and shares. That does help with the algorithm. Um, so let's see if we can get some more people in here. Let's see now. And let's see now. And my cat and dog say hi. Hi, little doggy and kitty. Uh, I see we're back in Mike. Well, yeah, toys. Yeah, I think the connection's working better now in my room again. I don't. My theory is at this point is that because it was like warmer this week, like it was like we were hitting the 90s. I think that might have been somehow affecting the signal, and that's why we're having problems. But now we're back down to the 80s. Seems like everything's kind of more back to normal now. I still periodically get the signal icon telling me, fairly good or fairly good or unstable. But as I go back to YouTube, I'm seeing that the the video's still going, still working properly, apparently. And I'm sure if there was some kind of issue there, of course, I'm sure you guys would probably tell me if I was freezing up or getting choppy. But from the looks of it, looks like so we do have some period of stability there. So 80s hanging around with Tug. Yeah, the smooth Tug. Well, yeah, he's streaming right now. He's got some guy named Greg Ellis on there. They're talking. They're talking more Johnny Depp. Well, it's kind of about Johnny Depp, but it's not quite as specifically about Johnny Depp. It's more about the general issue of the corruption in the courts and the whole idea behind the Me Too movement and all that. So, let's see. You got a faulty transmitter on the tower. Hmm. How about shenanigans? Who's 80s? Well, I think what Woody was referring to, because I mentioned 80 earlier, was on Tug Stream. 80 typical, so 80. Eh. All right. Well, now we're past the 10-minute mark, and we got 4 people watching. I know probably a couple people lurking. That's fine. 1 or 2 people are probably lurking. So, yeah. All right. So here's, of course, what's on tap for today. Then, let's see. I got 4 stories, all from Bounding into Comics. 2 comics related, 2 anime related. Let me see here. Including, let's see, Shy creator Billy Tucci calls out controversial DC Comics YA graphic novel. I'm not sure for F bomb usage. Let's see, IDW has announced a new Transformers series focusing on the Wreckers. Let's see. We also have 3rd season of Beastars has been officially announced, and the Ghost in the Shell Rise composer resigns from role as Tokyo Olympics composer after past history of bullying reemerges, which I have no idea what that is, but that's why we're going to read the article. Obviously, we're going to take a look at all that. Let's see, where are we at? 80. Now we're back down to 3. I got a faulty transmitter on the tower, and my elevator don't go all the way up top there. Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, it looks like everything's okay with the picture, so that's good. All right. So, without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started with the articles. And as I said, we're only going to do 4 tonight. And of course, don't forget, tomorrow night is the historical comics retrospect, where we will be looking at January 38th. So hope you guys will be looking forward to that. So anyways, let's get started here. Let's see. All right. All right. Yep. Okay. I know there is a slight lag between the StreamYard and YouTube, so that's okay as long as it's not too bad. Anyway, so let's get into the articles then here. So this first one, She creator Billy Tucci calls out controversial DC Comics young adult graphic novel, I Am Not Starfire, for F-bomb usage. Written by J.B. Augustine, published yesterday. So here we go. Mariko Tamaki's Elseworlds graphic novel, I Am Not Starfire, keeps getting attention for all the wrong reasons. In the latest gaffe concerning it, illustrator and She creator Billy Tucci points out the use of the F word on one page in a book that's supposed to be targeted at a younger audience. Bleep, not quite appropriate for a young adult comics audience, is it? Okay, I guess it, but it also, I guess, depends on how you define young adult stuff. I've heard, basically, Now, from what I've heard, I guess in this case, they're defining young adults as basically anybody who's still in high school, but like 15 to 18 or something like that, or it could be 15 to 25. But I guess it depends upon how you're defining what young adult is, or what that how you're trying to define that. So let's see now. But then, as I've always said, I just think when you just throw in swear words for the sake of it, it kind of cheapens everybody's intellect, basically, because I think we're all capable of finding better words than cuss words. So, just my viewpoint. So, PC comment. Tucci inquired in a tweet with a screen grab from the comic and that he tagged DC in. Yeah, Billy Tucci Twitter. Quote, who's the editor on this? Unquote, he questioned, further knowing full well one assumes there would have been consequences for this kind of editorial snafu in times past when you had to read Image or Vertigo selections to get verbiage or anything R rated. Mm-hmm. Below is the page in the scene. Starfire dotes on her daughter Mandy with egg rolls, while the latter exclaims the expletive in narration, hoping her mom doesn't find the myriad of thrown out college applications. Now, because of the world we live in today, we do know that, I don't think it's a big secret that 16, 17, 18-year-olds do swear, and that and they I think most of them do use the F word on occasion, particularly in the way that they're describing here. So I guess if they're trying to get the realism there, then that's what they've done. So, while some have praised Mariko Tamaki's writing on other titles in the past, I Am Not Starfire is met with outrage, criticism, and sarcasm from fans and pundits who view it as one more reason American comic readers are flocking to manga in droves. Yeah, I know one of the other issues involved in this particular book, and I know Yellow Flash talked about it, is there does seem to be some kind of SJW messaging in there somewhere. So, and I think that's turning off fans. The quality of Tamaki's young adult targeted tome is also seen as substandard and not fitted to DC's brand of or usual output. So there's another selection there from, and I have no idea about that art. So you got her big arm smashing the comic in right there, or the locker in right there. You got her left something shooting from her left eyebrow like that to the other locker. I was like, oh, I see what it almost seems like parts of her hair are like caught in the locker, but on the upper one there, it's like, yeah, that's kind of a weird way of drawing that. I don't know if you guys noticed that right there, but I think it's one of those things where two pieces of her hair got caught in a locker right there, and they got the one drawn to where it's not even connected to her main hairline; it's connected here for some reason. That's kind of an odd way of doing it. Um, I don't know if you guys are seeing that or not, but um, it's kind of an odd way of drawing that, though. Another problem critics have is that they believe Mandy is a self-insert character based on Tamaki herself in appearance and other aspects. That the sophomoric way the graphic novel recycles a more compelling storyline with Blackfire smells of unoriginality. Yeah. One of the things I've heard too about the storyline, the underlying storyline too, is they're trying to, I think they were trying to make it somewhat Daria esque. I mean, I don't know if you guys remember MTV animated series Daria from back in the 90s there, which of course was spun off from Beavis and Butthead. But yeah, they're trying to put some of that ink. It almost seems like they're trying to put some of that ink that was in Daria into comic form, and it's just not working. Because I think in this case, they're pushing too much the SJW feel to it. So, another problem critics have is that they believe man. Okay, we already read that part. Mandy isn't considered likable either. Those who've scoped out the graphic novel find her and her presumed edginess annoying and pretentious. I'm not sure if. So, so we got two. All right. Laugh out loud. All right. I can tell I'm moving there. Okay. Um, the character in the book continued to get roasted on social media, such as in this post by Twitter user Lunar Archivist, um, who labels Mandy dump starfire. Okay. That's very interesting. Wrote the archivist when retweeting the book's trailer, quote, know the difference. It could save your life. Uh, Lunar archivist. Starfire, Blackfire, dump Starfire. You know what that kind of reminds me of? That kind of reminds me of. I don't know if you guys remember some of the. Well, I don't know if you saw them up in Canada. Their toys, but I don't. Woody, you might have seen them. If anybody else here is here from the states, you might remember these anti-drug commercials from I think back in the 80s or 90s, where what they would do is they'd take like an egg, right? They'd crack it in the pot. They take the egg and they'd say, "This is your brain," and they'd crack the egg and put the yolk in the pot, and they'd be cooking the egg, and they'd go, "This is your brain on drugs." Any questions? That's what this reminds me of. Uh the old this is your brain on drugs bit. So excuse me a moment. I'm gonna turn on my light here because the things are getting a little dim in here. So I'll be right back. All right. So, anyways, it's pretty lonely here tonight. Yeah, there's like just the three of us tonight. ATC, you, me, and Woody. Well, Batgoat we know is probably coming in late because disc golf. Leto comes in a little late because preparing to go to work. So hopefully we'll see him soon, though. We're only like 25, 26 minutes into the stream, so I'm sure they'll be here soon enough. It's probably a stop frame from a motion series. This is an egg. This is your brain. Yeah, I don't know if you'd seen that kind of. There were commercials here in the states back in like the 80s and early 90s where it's like they'd show this is your brain and then this is your brain on drugs with an egg. So, um, well, Tug has that smooth voice. He dresses well. Yeah. um. Anyways, I'd say 20 questions. No, any question actually is how it was said. Toys. The only in the movies. Laugh out loud. Uh huh. All right. Anyways, back to the article then. The trailer's been downloaded on YouTube with a whopping 49,000 dislikes and continues to get ratioed on Twitter, where replies on the post embedded with the 41-second clip are restricted. As of this writing, the trailer has 3,905 quote tweets versus 1,791 likes and a mere 298 retweets on Twitter. I'm guessing that's bad. Dismal as it looks, I Am Not Starfire is still set to hit stores on July 27th, which will be this coming Tuesday. So, anyways, see what you guys are saying here. Okay. I'm getting the kind of like the dumpy girl with black the black lips and green eyes. She your type, Woody? As Excuse me a quick moment, guys. I gotta go off camera here for just a quick moment. I'll be right back. Okay, then. So, anyways, let's get on to the next article here. Let's see now. All right, so it looks like everything's still going all right. How about getting old, getting old, uh, made tea today, forgot it existed. Yeah, I'm getting Oh, now we have 5 people in here. That's good to see. Hello, fifth person. As always, guys, I do, of course, appreciate any and all likes and shares. So I hope you guys are enjoying the content thus far. It gets worse. Mamie's here. Hey, Mamie. Hey there, everyone. Hope everyone is good. Yeah, things seem to be better on the connection end, Mamie. Always, I do appreciate any and all likes and shares. That helps get the algorithm up and help more people in here. Let's see. I know. Hey, May, how you doing? Awesome. Hey, ETC. Hi, May. So, anyways, now with all that being said and done, let me. All right. So, anyways. All right. So here's the next article we'll look at. New Transformers series focused on the records announced. Written by John F. Trent. Let's see, and it was published yesterday. A brand new Transformers series focused on records was just announced by IDW Publishing. The new series, titled Transformers Records, Tread and Circuits, is written by David Marriott, who previously co-authored Transformers vs. the Terminator, with illustrations by Jack Lawrence, who previously worked on Transformers Lost Light. They are joined by Candice Han, the colorist on Transformers Back to the Future. There's a cover for that. It's from IDW Publishing. The 4-issue miniseries provides a glimpse of life on distant colony world far from the Cybertron War, where good entertainment is hard to find, unquote, quote unquote. In a press release, IDW elaborates, quote, fortunately, there's always the Wreckers, a fearless team of daredevils who broadcast death-defying stunts and action, all as a cover for undercover operations, unquote. The official description concludes, quote, when the security of the Speedia 500, a literal race for governmental control of the whole world, is threatened, the Wreckers have a new challenge. They must save the most widely broadcasted event in the galaxy without getting exposed, unquote. Sounds interesting. Let's see. All right, so let's see. And Woody says, hey, Woody. Maybe says, hey, Woody. So is this a new Transformers comic or animated? I think it's a new comic. It's a new comic, maybe. Oh, I see a comic version. um, with Cartoon Network and Hasbro make a new animated series. I wish Cartoon Network and Hasbro. The thing is, if Hasbro has anything to do with it, it will likely, and it won't be. It probably won't be on Cartoon Network. It'd likely be on. I don't know what it's called. I don't think it's called the Hub anymore, but can't think of the station. I think it was called the Hub at one point, but maybe Discovery Family or whatever. Because the Cyberverse series isn't cutting it. All right. Well, anyways, as we continue on with the article here, the series editor, Riley Farmer, teased what fans can expect from the series. Quote, we're really excited to bring the Wreckers into the IDW Transformers universe. We hope that fans will enjoy taking a break from the war on Cybertron to experience a new mini with spying, racing, wrecking, ruling, and many other fun things. Marriott provided some more details about the Wreckers, saying, quote, the Wreckers are an idea that comes from the comics. A team of Autobots willing to do what other Autobots wouldn't and look cool as heck while doing it, unquote. He adds, quote, every iteration has been a bit different. And with Jack and Candace on art, this one's going to be a gorgeous new take on who the Wreckers are and they are how how they do what they do best. Lawrence added his own statement. I was collecting the UK Transformers comic when the first record story was published in 1986. 1986, the same year the original G1 Transformers movie came out. The very one where um, Spike Witwicky, voiced by Corey Burton, in what was considered a children's movie, and therefore a very rare situation at the time, where they literally had him say, like, I think the word rhymes with hit and starts with S in the movie. So, and it's so awesome to actually contribute to their legend, unquote. Quote, the Wreckers have always felt like a pulp adventure team, and I'm excited to bring some of that feeling to these pages, unquote, he added. Transformers Wreckers Tread and Circuits 1 will feature a number of variant covers from Lawrence, Anna Malkova, and Nick Roche. The series arrives sometime in October. So here's some more of the artwork from the comic here. IDW Publishing. Do you plan on checking out Transformers Wreckers Tread and Circuits? Transformers Prime was the Hub network. Then the Hub ended in 2014 when Robots in Disguise was on Cartoon Network, and then Cyberverse. Okay. Well, I know, and as far as I know, whatever company took over the branding on the Hub, they're still linked to Hasbro. So I'm thinking that anything done by Hasbro is usually going to be on that one now. Even though it's no longer the Hub, there's still a channel there. I just don't remember off the top of my head. In fact, I can probably check that real quick. Let me here. You know a lot. Discovery Kids, maybe? Disney. Yeah, that's Disney Kid. Oh, okay. Discovery, that's what it is. Discovery Family, that's what. All right, so yeah, the company that took over the Hub Network was Discovery. Discovery Family is where I believe it. It would probably end up. Because Discovery Family pretty much is the channel that's using a lot of the Hasbro related material. I might be interested in reading it. Went back to the Kids Discovery. Back to the Kids Discovery Kids Network. Yeah, pretty much. Discovery Family, same thing. All right. So, anyways, that now. Let me. All right. We're okay, I think. All right. So, anyways, so now we're gonna move on to some anime stories here. Where are we at on time? Where are we at on all this? So we're 42 minutes into this. Okay. Actually, halfway through what we're gonna cover. Yeah. So. No, it was Discovery Home and Family reverted back to Discovery Kids. Well, whatever it is, that's where Hasbro has its stuff now. So it's through Discovery. That was the point. Okay, so here's the net. So now we're gonna get into the anime stories here. Um, Beastars anime officially announces third season. Article by Spencer McCulley published yesterday. So here we go. Fans left stunned by Legoshi's announcement that he intends to drop out of school will soon have their chance to see just what such a decision will entail for the Beastars protagonist. As just 3 months after the conclusion of the series' last episode, it has been officially announced that the popular anthropomorphic high school drama will be receiving a third season. Beastars' third season was officially announced on July 20th in a tweet from the anime adaptation's official Twitter account. July 20th, which was the other day on Tuesday, wherein it was revealed that, quote, it is decided to produce a new chapter that depicts the continuation of the second period, unquote. The announcement tweet also confirmed that CG animation studio Orange, who produced the series' first 2 seasons, would return to animate Beastars' upcoming continuation. Let's see if there's anything. Orange simultaneously revealed that, quote, a new arc is confirmed, unquote, in a separate tweet sent from their official English language account. Quote, thanks to everyone who supports our show, unquote, wrote the animation studio. Quote, Orange will continue to animate the show, unquote. And then there you go. New arc confirmed. In celebration of Beastar's new season, original series mangaka Paru Itagaki shared a new illustration of Legoshi wagging his tail in excitement. There he goes right there. Interestingly, as observed by noted anime news Twitter account AIR, Anime Intelligence and Research, it appears that Netflix, who licensed the series for broadcast, will have a bigger stake in Beastar's production. Oh, goody, a potentially woke American company having more say in anime. We've been talking about that doomsday scenario. Quote, Beastar's anime announcement uses a new copyright links to a new website and refers to it as a Netflix anime series rather than TV anime, unquote, wrote AIR. Are you excited for more Beastars? Let us know your thoughts on social media or in the comments down below. All right, so I think everything's still okay, I think. And we have one more story here for tonight. Let's see. And people, I guess the conversation's kind of died down a bit here. As everybody's listening to me read the articles here. All right, yeah, I can see. All right. Okay, then. So, anyways, all right, so let's get to the last main article of the night here. We're at 48 minutes, so we're getting through this stuff pretty quickly here. Ghost in the Shell, a Rise composer, resigns from role as Tokyo Olympics composer after past history of bullying reemerges. Article by Spencer Bakuli, published earlier today. So go ahead and take a look at this. Japanese composer and musician Keigo Cornelius Oyamada has resigned from his role as a composer for the 2020 Tokyo Olympics and Paralympics Games respective opening ceremonies after an interview resurfaced in which he can be read admitting to a history of perpetuating severe bullying upon his peers. As reported by Nikon Sports and Tokyo Sports, Oyamada openly confessed to the aforementioned bullying in two separate magazine interviews, published in January 1994 of Japanese music magazine Rockin' On, Japan, and August 1995 issue of Subculture magazine Quick Japan, respectively. 94 95, that's 27 years ago. Does he still bully people though? I mean, he may have bullied people in the past, but it'd be one thing if he was still bullying people now. Kind of a case, but was it a case where when he admitted to it, was he admitting to it because he felt sorry and was not bullying people anymore? I mean, if people getting upset because at one time in his life he bullied somebody and then did admit to it later. You know, um, if he is remorseful, I don't see why he should have resigned. But there's probably more to it here because let's see what else is said here. In the former, Oyamada described an apparent incident in which he tied up a fellow student and forced him to pleasure himself naked in front of him, as well as one in which he forced another student to eat uh, feces. At least they actually use the correct term here, not one of the more crude terms, but for it. So, anyways, as we continue on with the article here, which yeah, that's kind of nasty stuff. But again, is he sorry for it? Does he still do that to people? I mean, let's see. Fellow student, so he might have did that in high school as a kid. So I mean, so just because he did now, granted, that kind of thing is a little over the top. But unless if he's repentant and he's like, but anyway, let's continue on here. Quote, but I didn't do these things directly, unquote. Oyamada added at the time, quote, I just offered up the ideas, unquote. Okay. Dude's got a bit of a dark mind, doesn't he? Or had a dark mind as a kid, anyways. During the same interview, he also recalled how he once, quote, tried to lock a classmate with a disability in a volume box, unquote, and wrapped another in a mattress. All right. Again, not cool to do, but is he repentant? Is he sorry? Is he looking back on it now, or looking back on it from there, or looking back on it even now? Is he sorry for what he did? Does he regret it? Does he feel some sense of remorse? According to the latter interview, Oyamada noted that he regularly bullied two disabled individuals and laughed at students with Down syndrome who attended a local special needs school. Yeah, not cool. On July 16th, last Friday, just one day following the announcement that he would be helming the pair of Olympic opening ceremonies, Oyamada took to his personal Twitter to both announce that he was resigning from his role as composer and offer a lengthy apology to his audience. Quote, I feel deep regret and responsibility for not being a good friend and for being on the side causing hurt, unquote, wrote Oyamada. According to a translation provided by Anime News Network, quote, it is true that I spoke without remorse about my heartless remarks and actions against classmates and people with disabilities in neighboring schools when I was a student, unquote. Okay, so at the time then of those interviews, he spoke in a manner where he was unremorseful, and I can see people being a little more upset about it. Okay. And yeah, some of the stuff he was pulling there was pretty bad, but then, is him resigning, I mean, he could have looked at it another way. He could have looked at by serving as a composer to the Olympics. Yeah, maybe in his history he may have had some bad where he himself was acting like a total jerk to these people, to disabled people and all that. This could be an act of, you know, by supplying the music for them and getting people to rock on and get ready to cheer, you know, Olympians and Paralympians on. You know, that could be his way of making amends. You know, by, you know, granted, in his youth, he did a lot of stupid things and treated people with disabilities very negatively. But if he's remorseful now and he regrets what he did as a youth and he wants to make amends, you know, maybe providing the music for the Paralympics can help him make amends, can, you know, to provide a positive experience for them and provide a positive way for them to be shown, you know. And I'm just giving the counterpoint here. Ew. Yeah, if you're talking about the fact that he made somebody eat the stuff that comes out of you know where, then yeah. I think we all agree with that. So yeah. So, the backlash to Oyamada's interviews also prompted an apology from Rockin' On Japan editor in chief Yoichiro Yamazaki, who conducted the original interview, in which he stated that, quote, the attitude as an interviewer and the judgment as the editor in chief, who posted it, are all wrong acts that lack ethics and sincerity regarding the problem of bullying, unquote. Oh, it's an article 27 years ago, but it's something that's been read forever. And I believe that my responsibility as a publisher must continue to be questioned and undertaken, unquote, concluded Yamazaki. Okay, well, I mean, he's trying to make amends for that. You know, yeah, that article probably wasn't a good article to have out there, but, you know, if you learn from it and you are remorseful, you know, and you're trying to make amends, you should be allowed to make amends. Quote, we will deeply reflect on the mistakes we have made and strive for sound media activities without making such wrong decisions again, unquote. Which is a good thing, you know. You probably already have, you know, people, you know, they say that youth is wasted on the young. A part of that is because, you know, youth doesn't always have the wisdom to know that sometimes their wrong actions do have broader consequences. What do you make of Oyamada's resignation? Let us know your thoughts on social media. Well, from what I see, I don't think he should have resigned. I think he should have. From what I've seen of this, I think he should have taken it as an opportunity to make amends. You know, whereas in the past, he really created a lot of negative, you know, things for people with disabilities. There's a chance for him to give them a positive experience with his music. He could take the music that he composes, and he could make it to where the fans, when they see the Paralympians coming into the stadium and they're ready to rock on, you know, get them excited, get them pumped up to root for their favorite Paralympian. Um, you know, could have made amends that way, you know, and that would have been cool. Yeah. So, anyways, so yeah, I only had planned out to read 4 articles, even though I knew it was rather short, but considering with what we've been doing, what we've been issues. But I would, at least as far as I can tell, even though I'm getting the icon every now and again, it would seem the stream is going all right. If there was any real issue with it, you guys would have said something by now. You imagine the human lifespan being 1,000 years. It's kind of funny, toys, because I just read an article, I think it was yesterday, where they actually talked about, for the first time in a long time, at least in the state, the life expectancy has gone down. Now it's like down to like 74 years, 6 months for men, 80 years, 2 months for women. I think for men it dropped off like, I think 3 years. For women it dropped off maybe 1 or 2. So, and they account much of that due to COVID. Now, just for those who don't know, life expectancy is the calculation they make for babies, and like how long, the average length of your life, basically how long you're expected to live on average. So we got 6 people viewing now. So hello to all the newer people. And as always, guys, I do appreciate any and all likes and shares. That can help, pick up the algorithm, see if we can get some more people in here. Hey, there's Leto. Hey, Leto. Hey, Mike, Woody, Toys, May. Hey, Leto. Yep. So, yeah, we just got done with the articles. Leto, I only picked 4 for tonight. So, how are y'all? Well, as far as I know, Leto, everything's fine right now. As far as I know, the connection seems to be working right. So that's why I was back in my room today, because earlier it seemed like, even though I keep getting the icons coming by fairly good, unstable, but it's more rotating around, not anything too stagnant. Let's say action. ATC, once men stop messing with toxic females, the quality of life will go up. Hello. Well, that's not what life expectancy. It's not the quality of life. It's the quantity of life that life expectancy measures. ATC. And I'll be right back. Gonna go off camera here for a moment. All right. So how's everybody doing? Hmm. All right. Sorry, wasn't here yesterday. Was driving my family around. The the a-hole say was tired. All right. All right. I'm still alive. uh, whole day. Laugh out loud. Are you here now, Sleepy Leto? I'll be driving to work right now, but I'll be listening on in my. Yeah, well, we already got through all the main articles, Leto, so we're going to cover for tonight. Hey, Toys from Leto. You'll be in Mike Leto about that. Oh, God. Anyways, we're doing great, Mike. All right. All right. So, yeah. Okay. So, all righty then. So, it looks like everything does seem to be all right. Let's see. Um, again. And out then. So, is there anything else you guys have on your mind that you want to ask me about or talk about? Because we can try to do this. Of course, tomorrow night is the next episode where we'll be talking historical comic retrospect. We'll be looking at January 1938. I'll be taking a quick peek back at 1937, looking at like just some numbers. With Batgoat, of course, with me. Then of course, we'll be getting into. I'll be talking a little bit about Malcolm Wheeler Nicholson, explaining who he is and his departure from DC, early 38. Then we'll be getting into the funny side of DC. Also, don't forget, of course, Monday, September 6th will be our next open mic night. So hopefully everybody's doing fine still. And again, does anybody have anything you'd like to talk about or ask about? La dee dee da dee da, la dee dee da dee da, la dee dee da dee da. Let me see. On my end, of course, I'm still watching animes, of course. Like during the day right now, my afternoon Toonami block, I'm watching Batman the Animated Series. The 1999 version of Hunter x Hunter. One Piece and I'm on like season 4 of Pokemon, the Johto League Championships. Johto League Champions. And then at night, of course, I'm watching Goku. I just recently started watching Gokudo again. I'm still working my way through the Gundam series. Right now, I'm on 00, season 2. Watching Utawa Mono, The False Faces. I just started that last night. And the 2018 Baki anime. So let's see. Now you guys have been saying things. So let's see. I don't. Hey, Leto. Hey, Paula. I want to marry you. I'm good. Night. I wasn't. Right. I wasn't near the laptop. I found a picture of Leto today. Just kidding. All right, well, I'll be right back, guys. I got to step away from the computer for just a couple moments. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Let's see now. Let us okay. Hey May, and then Suppleto. Okay. All right. So again, I'll ask one more time here. Does anybody have anything you'd like to talk about? Okay, we're now at 114. Anybody have anything you want to ask or talk about? If not, probably start to wrap up here a bit and do this day in each history. Let's see. Night all. Okay, so ATC, you're taking on. All right, so I guess if nobody's got anything more to ask about or to talk about, are you all ready for this day in each history? Good night, Action Toys. Have a nice evening. Yep. Nothing much. Neach it up. Bye, ATC. Neach it. All right. All right. So without any further ado, today being Thursday, July 22nd, Nietzsche from Woody. Okay. July 22nd, 2021. We're going to take a look back at this day in each history. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started here. Our first stop, of course, is going to be going back to 1998, which was 23 years ago today. As on this date, 23 years ago today, the 110th issue of Batman Legends of the Dark Knight went on sale on newsstands for $1.99. It was 32 pages. The story was perhaps the only riddle that we shrink from giving up. There's obviously a battle between Batman and the Riddler, written by Steve Englehart, penciled by Dusty Abel, or Dusty Abel, inked by Drew Garachi, lettered by Willie Schubert, and colored by Laverne Nizinsky. So on this date, 23 years ago today, Batman Legend, the 110th issue of Batman Legends of the Dark Knight went on sale on this date, 23 years ago today, back in 1998. So the next piece of history we're going to look at here is from 20 years ago, as soon as I can get to it here. As on this date 20 years ago today, in the aftermath of WWF's purchase of WCW, let's see. That's interesting, though. Yeah. So on this date 20 years ago today, in the aftermath of WWF's purchase of WCW, we got the Invasion pay-per-view on this date back in 2001. The Invasion pay-per-view, which took place from the Gund Arena in Cleveland, Ohio, it was set up. Basically, it would set up the Invasion angle following WWF's purchase of WCW, and in the event here, let's see. And among the matches in the main event, Booker T, Diamond Dallas Page, and Rhino and the Dudley Boys, representing the what would become the alliance, the alliance between ECW and WCW, defeated the team, the WWF team of Steve Austin, Kurt Angle, Chris Jericho, The Undertaker, and Kane in an inaugural brawl match. Let's see. Also on the card, Trish Stratus and Lita defeated Tori Wilson and Stacy Keibler in a bra and panties match in which Mick Foley served as special guest referee. RVD, Rob Van Dam, defeated Jeff Hardy for the WWF Hardcore Championship. Tajiri beat Taz. Chris Kanyon, Sean Stasiak, and Hugh Morris defeated the Shoguns, Billy Gunn and Big Show, and Albert, representing WWE. Raven defeated William Regal. Billy Kidman defeated X-Pac. The APA defeated Sean O'Hare and Chuck Palumbo. Earl Hebner defeated Nick Patrick with again Mick Foley serving as special guest referee. That match took 2 minutes and 50 seconds to do. Edge and Christian defeated Lance Storm and Mike Awesome, and then at the Sunday Night Heat match was Chavo Guerrero Jr. and Scotty 2 Hotty. I know I probably read more matches than I needed to, but that was the event following the WWF's acquisitions of WCW and ECW and how it was all playing out. So let's see now. Let's see. And with that, so now continuing on then with this day in history. As on this day in Nietzsche history, 5 years ago today, in 2016, on Elena of Avalor, an American computer animated adventure television series, computer animated adventure television series, debuted on Disney Channel on this date 5 years ago today, in 2016. So Elena, on this date 5 years ago today, Elena of Avalor, computer animated adventure series, debuted on Disney Channel. And granted, we had one of these the other day. We have it today as well. 2016 is just so nice that we're gonna hit it twice. As also on this date 5 years ago today, in 2016, as one show we talked about was starting, another was coming to an end. The final OVA episode of Silver Links, Tanuka-kun is Always Listless, wrapped up on this date or premiered on this date in 5 years ago today. The 7th and final episode of the OVA, Tanuka-kun is Always Listless, premiered. So with all that being said, guys, quick reminder, tomorrow night, of course, we get back into comics history. We look at January 1938, take a quick peek at 1937 in comics, and then talk a little bit about Malcolm Wheeler Nicholson, and then get into the funny side of DC. I hope you all enjoyed the content tonight. I hope also that the stream was good. 2016 was a GT terror year, but all those memes stitched together, laugh out loud. Yeah. So, yeah. So, anyways, guys, I look forward to seeing you guys back here tomorrow night. And I thank you all again for being here. I hope the stream went well. Thank you for the stream. You're welcome. And until tomorrow, bye.